Welcome to the Canon Fodder Diecast, episode 17.
Getting close to 20.
You ready to play?
Yep.
Roll for initiative.
So, on the last episode, you guys had a very busy stint after you arrived in Daggerford, which was the fortified town where Jenn the Gleamsilver and also a Red Priest of Thay and several others came aboard the wagon train.
We bought hats.
We're getting there, yeah. Before you bought any hats or any arrays of hats or any other antler-themed devices, Jenn the Gleamsilver told you that she was on your side, whatever that means, and then she murdered a cult dragon guard. And you got blamed for it. Specifically, Caesarea got blamed for it. And you were never trusted at all by that dragon, the disguised cultist again, which made the last 3 days of your trip really hard. But you did end up in Waterdeep, and you turned down your measly sum of like 10 gold pieces, which would have tripled Corey's wealth, and instead pursued the wagons through the hectic streets of Waterdeep. And that's where you found out that the Red Priest of Thay, or the Red Wizard of Thay, rather, and the Dragon Cultists had immediately signed on to travel a little bit farther north to areas unknown, and so you guys signed up as caravan guards right away. And the caravan is leaving again to go north towards Neverwinter. But it's not actually going to Neverwinter, it's going somewhere between the two. So you are getting close. The area that you're moving into is called the Mere of Dead Men, which is a vast swamplands. The dragon cultists that have pretended to be guards are openly contemptuous of you, although they don't pick a fight.
Yeah.
Not yet. But you also haven't left Waterdeep. The Mere of Dead Men is no lazy trot, however. The vast swamplands and its vile inhabitants have had a century to dig in and reclaim what was once man's swamp. The dump, basically. And the muddy flats and torpid waters are home to all sorts of evil creatures, and there is never a shortage of corrupted men about. So you guys are going into a dangerous new area, and hopefully closing in on wherever this dragon cult is, because it's been a long time since you had any real answers, and even longer time since you had a hammer in your hand.
No one loves you. Are you going to explain why we have hats?
Oh, yeah.
Because bullywugs.
Yes, because the Mere of Dead Men is the home to at least one tribe of bullywugs, and bullywugs have a particular fondness for hats.
So we're going to bribe them.
With hats.
This is going to go real well.
Great.
I'm going to get a frog slave. I'm going to get a frog slave.
I feel like you and I would have issue with that.
With what? Frog slaves?
Slaves.
Oh, yeah, I would. But we're going to have a hopping good time.
I tried stopping the pun. I tried.
Starting out strong, guys. It's going to be a good day.
So, the construction supply caravan wastes no time leaving Waterdeep after you guys have signed up. And the walls of the teeming city and its stinking haze fall quickly behind you while the morning is still young. The wagons that you're guarding are well built for the terrain, meaning they have narrow wheels shot in iron that aren't prone to sticking in the cold, freezing mud, because it's getting colder and colder the farther north you go. I'm glad you bought your cloaks now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I have some benefactors, since they didn't let me wait to get my money.
It's true. Yeah. Don't worry, though. You do have their recommendation wherever you go, should ever you choose to guard mortals again. So they creak and clump along. It's actually relatively easy to pull them since it's not the mud and the rains that you went through earlier. It is
Wait,
now
we're pulling
cold.
them?
No. Well, Corey could, but no, there's draft horses. You're
I
guarding
was
them.
going to say, I ain't pulling nothing.
Well, I probably could too.
Probably.
No one asked you.
The contingent that you're riding with are well armed. You've got 3 hill dwarf guards covered head to nose to knee in tattoo, and
Hill or mountain?
hill.
Oh,
No.
not my
one.
peoples.
Not your people. Well,
Not my
I mean,
peoples.
distant
Kind of.
kin, right?
Sort of my peoples.
They're the McCoys to your Hatfields.
No, not quite.
They do occasionally elbow one another and nod at Leaky, but they don't say anything as you guys set out. Also, the master of this road supply wagon train is a half-orc with a patch over one eye and a silver tooth. By the looks of him, he's 60 or 70 years old because he's got big tufty white hair, and he's crooked-backed. And his name, exercising the complete breadth of his wit, is Silvertooth.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were going to make
Lord
like a
Silvertooth.
Hunchback of Notre Dame reference.
No,
Oh.
they haven't read that.
Oh.
So,
Silvertooth.
Silvertooth is driving the caravan to a place that he explains as Cornath Roadhouse, which is about 200 miles north of Waterdeep, but not quite all the way to Neverwinter, and he's driving the wagons hard. The packed ice makes for relatively easy travel, all things considered. Better than mud. Also, they don't want it to snow on you and get lost inside the swamp, because there's very little mortal habitation. So you guys need to get to Cornath quick. Once you're there, it's relatively safe. It's a well-fortified roadhouse, and it's not too far from Neverwinter. So what would you like to do? You're on the first day, I guess, first morning.
I want to go talk to the dwarves.
Okay. So you're going to approach the dwarves?
Yep.
Okay.
My brethren!
Mountain, they
Hill.
respond.
Hill.
Yes.
What are your names?
They introduce themselves as Jethro, Istmael, and Grimmert. They are the Brass Haft brothers.
The Brass Haft Brothers.
Brass Haft brothers.
How did you come upon that name?
If you have to ask, we need to take our pants down.
I have to ask.
Oh,
They take their
God.
pants down, they show you. It is polished to a high gleam. Strangely enough, the Brass Haft people, they shave their pelvises. It's uncommon and a little uncanny, but they're proud of it.
Okay.
There's tattoos there, too.
Ow.
All right.
What brings you north of Waterdeep, Mountain?
To see the mountains.
That's fairly literal.
It is. I'm a fairly literal dwarf.
They look around, they're like, we don't know if he knows what literal means. I'm not sure here.
Wait, did Leaky learn that word yet?
I don't think so.
He knows how to speak.
He's
He
just kind of
doesn't-
repeating what I'm saying to him. They rolled a 10. They're not sure if you're an idiot or if you're fairly astute.
So I'm going to ask them, what are they doing on this trail?
They are going to Neverwinter, but this is their normal run. They like the swamps. There's hills around. There's trolls to be killed. They're particular fans of kicking bullywug butt, so it's a good run.
Is there any advice they could give us for the road that we are going to travel?
They look at one another and they're like, don't go into the water. Stay on the road.
Why not?
Well, because of the infestation and all the bullywugs, they can hide in the water and they like to wallow in the mud. You've got the trolls that hide under the water. Really, the whole Mirror of Dead Men is pretty gross.
It's strange that you love it so much.
They love the danger.
All right.
It's about right.
It about fits. Anything else that you need to know or want to know or want to talk to or want to do or prepare? At this point, we're all cloaks engaged because it's cold.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here shaking my head at Leaky. Because that's kind
So are
of
we all.
the story of my life.
Anything else that you want to know?
I would like to go and talk to Silvertooth.
Okay.
So I asked Silvertooth, how does he think this trip is going to go?
He scowls at it and he's like, it's gonna go awful.
Oh, why's that?
Because it's winter. I hate winter in my bones.
Sir, do not take offense to this, but I feel like you're on the wrong trail to hate winter.
He takes one look at you. He's like, I think you're on the wrong truck to life. Go away.
You know,
He's not a very creative individual,
Okay.
unfortunately. It's just a limitation of his. He, shakes his reins a little bit. Onward, Walker and Trotter.
So his name does not fit his title, or his name does not fit his character very well then.
What's that, Silvertooth?
Yes.
It's because he has a silver tooth.
It literally has a silver
Oh,
tooth.
I was assuming something very different with that.
That would be silver tongue.
No, that's brass
Well-
haft.
Okay.
No, he literally has a silver tooth.
Okay.
So, anything else that you want to know from him?
I want to ask him if he is aware of any other dangers along the road.
He casts one beady eye at the sky and goes, yeah, there's been rumors about a blue dragon. But not
Dragon?
since summer.
Dragon?
Dragon.
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 Dragon!
Dragon! the giant blue wave form. So there has been a blue dragon. There's been rumors, but he hasn't seen it. They've just heard of it.
Have you heard of any half dragons coming through the area?
He shakes his head, and his white curly hair kind of moves about him in a cloud. He's like, "No half dragons. I know about a half dragon. They stink.
That's racist.
I'm old.
I think
That's
that
no
actually
excuse.
speciesist.
What are you, some sort of social progressive knight?
Do I look like a knight?
Oh God, Leaky.
I don't know. I can't see past the glaucoma."
Jesus.
How are you qualified to drive this cart?
The horses know their way.
What are you, the ponies? Get out my way, boy.
I'm gonna have too much fun.
Meanwhile,
with
the
this
horse,
character.
the trotter, the horse there, it looks back at Leaky, and he's like, he doesn't know, does he?
Doesn't know what?
Hmm?
Doesn't know what?
What?
Ugh.
I'm gonna go investigate the horses.
Sure.
I'm gonna roll a perception check.
I think. Would it be perception or investigation?
It would, well, I mean, you could run it if you want to investigate, see whether or not the horse is a horse.
Of course, of course.
No one asked you.
Back off. It would be an animal handling check.
I figured I'd beat Lindsey to it.
I was gonna go with more something along the idea of it being neighborly.
20 not natural animal handling
That
check.
horse was very clearly born a horse. It is what it should be in life. A vaguely skeptical pack horse.
I'm gonna roll a perception check on myself to see if I'm going crazy. 17.
Seems clear.
Okay.
All right, so,
But I'm still sane enough to know that I'm crazy.
yes.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a
God.
predicament you find yourself in.
All
We
right.
need to find some herbs to medicate this child.
Meanwhile, Silvertooth is watching you, and he's like, "I don't know what's wrong with these young people no more." So, anything else you want to know from him?
I got nothing.
Why is this horse staring at Leaky?
Oh, Trotter?
Yeah.
Trotter just hates everybody. Trotter looks back at Leaky and pisses.
You should leave that part in. What? Anyway, moving on.
Anything else you want to know? You want to know about the Roadhouse or the road reconstruction project, anything like that? Or no?
Sure. Tell us a little bit about the road reconstruction project.
So Silvertooth says that in the 8 years that he's been working on this, he's been employed by Lord Never Ember's construction company, which is to rebuild this road to open trade up between Waterdeep and Neverwinter, the city. Yes, his name is Never Ember, but the city is Neverwinter. I don't write it.
Ironic.
And what they've been doing is they've been progressively hacking back the wildlife and the growth and trying to restore the road, which had mostly collapsed into the swamp. So in 8 years, they've raised the road up significantly, and they've also managed to reopen places like the Cornath Roadhouse. But they have a long way yet before they completely restore trade and open that road safely. In any case, so there are a number of these roadhouses open, but most of them are closer to Neverwinter, since Waterdeep didn't bother to keep their half of the road up anyway. Anything else you want to know?
Tell us about the roadhouse we're going to be coming to soon.
So it used to be an inn, but decades of abandonment and neglect had left little more than a hollow shell, and the workers rebuilt most of it over the last 2 years. It's become like the main material distributing hub for the rest of the road reconstruction project north of it. They rebuilt a lot of it, though, so it's actually livable. The thing is, it is fortified. So a normal inn might have stables and other outbuildings. It's all inside the walls of the roadhouse. So it's a fairly large structure. And once you get there, that's where this particular wagon train will end. And then wagons and the materials are distributed by another half-orc named Bog Luck once you get there. That is his name, Bog Luck. Silvertooth doesn't like him.
Why don't you like him?
He says he's just a stupid young half-orc. Don't know nothing. Soft flesh babies. He's becoming Nixon slowly.
All right. I think with that we can continue on.
Okay. Nothing else for you
Nope,
guys?
I got nothing.
So 3 days pass in relatively quick succession after you first leave. For Silvertooth is a very hard driver, and he keeps you, his obviously most experienced fighters, and guards in his caravan on a constant patrol. You have very little time to watch the dragon cultists that are hiding amongst a pool of laborers that you're escorting. And their principal job during the day is to keep the wagons running smoothly. So they're the ones that are forced to lever it out if it gets stuck or to replace wheels if they break, that kind of thing. The hard jobs you guys used to have, those buttheads have now. And you also don't have any time to confer with Jamna Gleamsilver, who, even though she's there, she's ended up on an opposing schedule. So when you're sleeping, she's out on patrol. When you're working, she's asleep or has other, menial tasks she needs to perform. And as a halfling, Silvertooth doesn't particularly like her or think much of her physical prowess, so he keeps giving her, involved menial tasks. Whereas you guys are actually riding up and down the road and watching. On the fourth morning, however, as the camp is being broken, Silvertooth directs you to ride up the road and see if you can find any sign of the forward scouts. They haven't returned, and he's as angry that they haven't returned as he is nervous that they might not have returned because they were attacked.
Okay. We ride away.
Okay. You ride for a few hours. I guess I don't want to know who they are.
Nope, I guess not.
You ride for a few hours through brisk wind and light snow, passing crusting pools of black water before you find a stout hill pony laying dead in a puddle of mostly frozen blood on the road. The other ponies and the patrolmen are missing.
I say a little prayer for the pony.
The pony's soul is grateful.
Screw the people, but I say a little prayer for the pony.
It looks down from pony heaven and it says, "Friendship, Cesaria, is magic."
I'm going to investigate the bodies.
Okay.
The body. There's only one.
Oh, I thought that he said
Just one.
Just the one. Okay.
Just the one.
I'll investigate the body.
Mostly frozen blood. Okay.
Are these the hill dwarves?
We don't know yet.
Natural 20.
Wow. Okay, natural 20. These are, in fact, the hill dwarfs.
We know now. Kyle, what you could have done is pulled down their pants.
It was a horse.
Horses don't wear pants.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like a human's body.
No, it's a horse body. The others are missing. The other ponies, and also, we now know the hill dwarfs are missing. So, as Corey investigates the horse, and you guys strike up, your defensive poses, she sees that the body has been gnawed at, but the swamp waters hid the tracks of whatever creature was feeding. Although she does see with such a high investigation roll, it's fairly obvious that the reeds are broken off heading towards the west, away from the road and into the waters.
Nope. Leaky can go play in the water.
Hi-ho, Silver! Away!
I will follow Leaky because I'm assuming that means he's going.
So he just goes splashing away. So on Leaky, the water is waist deep. On Corey, it's like calf deep. Cesaria's just chilling on the road, I guess. This is definitely one of those Scooby-Doo moments where Fred's like, if you stay behind, Shaggy, it's going to be worse. And Shaggy's like, I'm so blown right now, I'm just going to follow.
Yeah, any Scooby snacks?
Could definitely go for Scooby snacks with Flaky.
What?
You just totally missed that entire...
Yeah, I did.
Way over your head. Anyway, I guess I'll slowly follow behind.
Okay, you do need to leave your horses behind because walking a horse through swamp water is a bad idea.
Why not ride him through the swamp water?
Well, because it's uncertain footing and it's frozen in some areas and not in others. We already lost one horse today.
Fine.
Too many dead horses. So you guys leave your horses picketed.
I tie them all. We tie them to the trees.
That's good. Okay. So then that way...
that way if they're devoured, they can't run away.
Yes, and then Long Silver will look at... Or Silvertooth will look at those and go, there were horses here. So at least they know where you left the road. They can follow the blood trail from there, probably. Since Leaky just went charging into the woods, he also left a nice long sport track for them. So fairly obvious for any other Outlanders to follow. Okay. So, do you need to roll tracking checks?
It's not what I wanted to do today.
I don't know.
I might as well put that little helmet of therapy on.
Exposure therapy?
Yeah.
My spiders?
I don't know, just in case.
Oh, I never take that off.
It's just chin strapped on now.
Yep.
So, advantage on tracking
Advantage
checks?
on tracking, indeed.
All right.
My strange leaf-blown friend.
Natural 20.
You
mean, was it water or was it whiskey?
It was water.
Are you sure?
If it was whiskey, I'd let it stay in the eye.
Poor bastard!
Tracking through the swamp and waiting, again, Leaky's like waist deep, so the kilt is completely far flung off of him, which is pretty glorious. He gets a good little current going there. You find a small hillock following the broken reeds, which rises above the hill waters. And there, cowering low in the stones, you find Istmael, the brass half-brother, one of them.
Is he alive?
He's alive, yeah, but you can see him hiding with natural 20. I mean, Lee sees him from like a mile away. But he doesn't say anything. He's like nervously looking out through the rocks.
I approach slowly. Where are your brothers?
He says that Jethro got carried off and he doesn't know where Grimmert is.
Carried off by what?
He says, frogs.
Bullywugs.
Frogs, Mountain. The frogs took them.
Bullywugs.
Are you fit to fight?
No, he's not. He's wounded. He's got a wicked laceration down his left breast, and also he has probably going to lose part of his hand as a result of it being crushed.
Okay. Can someone do a medicine check on him and patch him up?
Yeah. Let me check what mine is before I say it's me. I have -1, so it probably shouldn't
So
be.
do I.
Jen?
Dr.
Cesaria?
Corey's bedside manner is pretty horrific. She sees a little cut and she's like, all right, time to saw it off.
No, I think my answer and everything is cauterizing it. And some people do not appreciate that.
20, not natural.
Okay,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20. So Cesaria is able to at least mend his hand, although it looks like he probably may still have to have, if his finger gets if his finger gets infected, it may need to be amputated. It looks like he was bitten by something quite large. But she's able to save most of his hand, if not that finger, depending on how well her elven magic works. Elven medicine, not magic. Calm down, Leaky. He's very grateful, but he's definitely not in a position to fight. And he wants to know if you saw any sign of their horses or how far behind the caravan is, because he's very exposed out here. And
There was one dead horse.
Say, well, unless you're a necromancer, it's not going to do you much good, but it's back there.
Thank you for that vote of confidence there, Paladin. He wants to help, and he keeps like equivocating, but he's not in the condition to come on. But he wants you. He charges Leaky. Mountain, find my brothers and save them.
I will.
Okay. So he's now committed the party.
Well, I'll try.
Oh, okay. Now we're backing up on that. So he can tell you which way, because they fought on the hill. He can tell you which way they went. It's farther west. He says if you follow west, you may be able to find more sign. He's afraid to even leave this ground.
If you go back east, you'll find the road where our
say.
horses are, and you can wait there. The caravan's not that far behind.
And he says it's safe.
We didn't run into anything.
All right. Well, he's gonna wait a little while longer. He's just nursing his hand and the big bandage over his boob. So, are you guys gonna continue to track?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's go west.
Okay.
10.
Unfortunately, Leaky's tracking skills, although they're able to follow the trail, lead you into very deep water. And he can no longer walk without being submerged completely. And you know what the old saying is, nobody drowns a dwarf. So, Corey, are you going to carry him?
How would you feel the best or the most comfortable with this arrangement?
I'll ride on your shoulders.
All right, on the shoulders it is.
I'm going to warn you, he's not wearing any underwear.
And I have been trudging through a swamp in waist-deep water.
Everyone needs a bath.
So can you effectively say that you have swamp ass?
I can, yes.
Sorry, that
Perfect,
was a good spot for a pun.
If nothing else, it's definitely swamp crotch. So...
Swamp taint.
Oh, gosh, dude.
Episode title.
Swamp crotch.
I'm going to write that down.
What, swamp crotch?
Yep.
Oh, God.
That effectively describes the diecast in general. Swamp crotch. With like a side of fungus.
Anyway.
Good job.
So moving deeper into the swamp, you guys find a circle of squat stones with what appear to be reptilian faces carved into them, although they're so old it's hard to tell. And also, floating in the middle of these is Jethro, dead.
No.
His arm has been torn off.
Bullywugness.
All right, so I
Bullywugness.
would like to investigate the body.
Okay.
Guess I'm coming with you.
Well, you don't have a choice.
12.
12 is enough to see that not only was the arm like separated, but it was actually hacked off with a crude blade. And there
Frog
are other
people
signs
use
that his
blades?
flesh were gnawed upon. Yes, they do. Although you're not sure if it's bullywugs, so don't jump to conclusions there.
Just
Inspector
remember,
Cesaria.
there are also trolls.
There are also trolls around. And we know the trolls are
Bullywugs.
flesh eaters.
What
are you
I'm going to do a stone check.
Stone check.
Corey, that way, please.
We lumber over that way.
Dun, 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 dun,
And I
dun.
kind of crouch down so that he's a little closer
You
to
guys are
the-
like one trench coat from getting to see an R-rated movie.
Or like, I guess, to be able to pass as the Empire State Building. I mean,
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
just...
18.
18. Okay. You're doing a stoneworks check.
Yep.
These carvings look vaguely dragonistic to you. And there are 5 of them. But any specific details, like what kind of dragon or if it was ever covered in a particular paint, all of that's been weathered away. They're
This
old,
used to
very,
be a
very,
dragon
very
cult
old.
spot.
And you're not even sure what carved them. There's no runes, no markings. Not that you could read the runes, but there's no markings or anything.
Leaky, this used to be a dragon cult spot.
I can read A and M.
None. There are no A or M's or any other runes on these 5 columns. Jethro is still dead.
Okay. This
Does,
looks like a shrine to Tiamat.
That's
I'm
an
jumping-
interesting conclusion. All
5
right.
dragons.
5 dragon. Okay, fair enough.
That's why I was saying dragon cult.
does he have any kind of like talisman or anything on him that we could bring back for his brother?
He does have a necklace on him.
Okay, so I say we grab that so we can bring it back to his brother.
Okay, so are you grabbing it, or is your other pair of hands grabbing it?
I'm close to the ground at this point, which is a weird switch for us. So I will grab the necklace.
Okay, as you bend down, you feel a piercing pinching in your leg, and you look down and see that there's a feathered quill sticking out of it, and everything gets kind of woozy. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
7.
7. You are going to be making your attack rolls with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because everything starts to spin. You also dump Leaky off your shoulders.
Great.
Your equilibrium's been gone. So Leaky, you are now arse up in the air, kill to fly, covered in mud.
Okay.
Hooray.
Again,
Again.
imagine that.
But I
Yeah.
imagine if we're near the rocks that you could probably stand without the water being over your head.
Yeah, it's deep enough that you're able to get purchased pretty quickly. Cesare, make a Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20.
I don't need to add anything to that.
Nope, you don't need to add anything at all to that. It appears to have no immediate effect upon you. Leaky,
I'm kind of
you
pissed.
get one in the butt. I'm sorry. The left
I'm
hand.
kind of
No,
pissed
you're not.
I'm
that I
not
got
sorry.
hit with a feather.
What?
Feathers are
Butt.
insulting.
Can I, sneak right now?
Not yet.
Son of a...
That's a 12.
You're making your...
Constitution
Attack.
saving throw.
Yeah. Do you have any... You don't have any advantage on that, correct?
No
Yeah.
advantage, no. But it's a 12.
Okay. You are making your attacks with disadvantage.
Great.
So...
Does that
everything
mean
starts
I
to,
get
like,
advantage?
shake. No, it just means you're regular.
Woo!
Roll for initiative. As bullywugs come charging out of the waters.
Oh, I get advantage on initiative rolls. I always forget about that.
Yes.
Bullywugs, bullywugs, bum 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 bum,
21.
bullywugs. You're a whore.
Wow.
17 plus 5 is 22.
16.
What now, Leaky?
Whatever.
All right. So the strange yellow mottled green creatures that come leaping out of the water at you are covered in really simple cloth and leather armors. They're carrying spears, they carry blowguns, and they carry short, bigger than daggers, smaller than swords, of pretty low quality. And they come rushing at you. There are dozens of them.
Are they bullywugs?
They are bullywugs.
We have hats.
We do have hats.
Right, but they're attacking you first. So you, if you fly into a rage, can't be surprised. But they are immediately going to make an attack of opportunity against everybody except Leaky. Or a surprise attack, I suppose. Because they erupt from the water right around your feet. They're hidden in the mud.
Okay.
So are you flying into a rage?
I am.
Uh-oh.
I assume we're not going to talk to them with heads. Assume we're going to talk to them with our fists and blades. Fisticuffs!
Fisticuffs. So what was their initiative roll?
Their initiative roll was 16.
Which
Is-
I still go
yes,
first.
you can immediately slap them down.
Anybody hungry for frog legs?
And they're right on top of me, right?
Yes, they are erupting from around you.
Okay. Damage die. 21
On the attack?
Yep.
That's definitely enough to hit.
for 7 damage.
All right, that's not a bad blow. You knock one back into the water. The others all start croaking really, really loud. It's like deafening almost.
Oh, that was a 4. So 12.
On the attack?
Yep.
Misses.
Damn. Oh my god, that was a lot of
Okay.
damage.
Bad word.
They are seizing up all around you, but they're going to go after Corey first because she's the biggest, and they're not that stupid. They understand that big means strong.
Language.
Damn is okay.
Language. Isn't it Cap that always says language?
So, their standing leap can take them up to 20 feet high.
Holy shnikes.
Wow.
And they're going to leap right up into your face. All 8 foot high of it. So they're making a multi-attack with their bite and their small, simple weapons.
Holy crap, Batman.
So the first 2 are going to attack Corey. They rolled a 19 and a 18.
Yep.
And they hit you?
They
Or the first one hits you?
both hit me.
Okay. And it did 12 damage.
Oh, sugar tits.
Plus you got to roll another Constitution saving throw. That's for poison.
And then Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
6.
You take another 6 damage.
Ouch.
Was I supposed to be doing that in a D20?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it's a saving throw, right?
So it was 12 damage right away. And then the second one's going to attack you. One of them rolled a natural 20 for the multi-attack. The other multi-attack failed. So, and he did another 6 damage plus another Constitution saving throw. For
Dang.
further poison damage.
These guys are
11.
11
jack waffles.
is a failure.
Okay.
So
So how much was the first one?
6 roll bonus attack.
These guys are jack waffles.
Okay.
Jack wobbles, indeed.
Jack waffles.
And then there's a third one.
You have ants.
And he rolled a 22.
You have ants.
Already?
I just killed one.
Weird. So he rolled a 22 on his attack, and he did 7 damage plus another Constitution saving throw.
So not concerned.
This time I got 20. On my
Okay,
Constitution
20
saving
means you
throw.
don't take any poison damage.
But I'm
so-
taking 7 regular
Yes.
damage, right?
I don't like bullywugs.
They hurt. Okay. Ready, Cesaria? There's 3 of them attacking you. They rolled...
No.
And the first attack fails. The second attack rolled an 18.
Oh. How much?
8 damage. Plus a Constitution saving throw.
Icky, I'm gonna die. 14.
14 is enough to avoid the damage this time.
Thank God.
Ready? Okay. Another one. Making his multi-attack against you. Both of them fail. And then there's a third one who's leaping up at you. And this one's making a strength check against you. And it is doing that with a rope. It rolled a 17.
It wins.
It grapples you with the rope and drags you down into the water.
I'm gonna die.
Ready?
I guess.
I guess you're gonna come save me. Please? I scream leaky as I go under the water.
First one rolls a 21.
Ouch.
And it does at least 4 damage off the bat. And you gotta make a Constitution saving throw.
24.
Okay, so you avoid the damage there. Second one, 19 was the attack roll.
Not enough.
Not enough? Okay. I think the multi-attack was 20. It is 5.
25.
No, 20. Dirty 20.
And does 5 damage.
Does 5 damage. And then you gotta make a Constitution saving throw because all of their stuff is poisoned.
That's 27.
Okay, so you avoid the poison damage there. And then the third one's gonna make his 2 multi-attacks.
Oh
That
crap,
one was a
I'm raging.
23, and he did 8 damage plus the poison.
Yes, you are raging.
Yes. Okay,
Because I forgot, I won't make you redo the math, but...
that's fine.
And... Critical fail.
You take an additional 6 damage.
3 damage.
Yes. I'm just gonna tell you what the number is to avoid confusion. You can just have it as you go.
Okay.
All right, that's the 9 of them attacking. That makes it Cesaria's turn in the stand-up. She is currently bound up with ropes and thrashing under the water.
And I have to strength check to get out of it.
Yeah.
15.
Not enough. More hands are grabbing you and they begin to pull you away.
I continue thrashing.
Just grasping at you. Yep. Through the reeds.
Can I bite?
I mean, you can gnash your teeth, but you don't have purchase. So they're like drawing you away. They're pulling you away. Which is better than being hacked to death, I guess. Okay, Corey, your turn. I'm sorry, no, it's Leaky's turn. My bad.
I am going to grab a hold of Cesaria's leg.
Okay, they're going to make attacks of opportunity against you as you run then.
Okay.
First one rolled a 23 and does 4 damage. Plus his poison.
17.
17 is enough to avoid the poison.
How many are...
3 of them. That one fails. That one rolled a 19.
Not enough.
Okay.
Okay.
He ended up last.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Alright, that's enough to knock away several of them that have grabbed onto her. Not enough to free her.
I'm also grabbing hold of her foot so they can't pull her away.
Okay, so that means you're not going to be able to defend yourself as effectively.
If he's close enough, can
Since
I
you're
grab
like
his
counter
foot?
grappling.
But you usually roll with advantage, so it just means that you roll with regular.
Well, no, I don't attack with advantage. Which... I forgot to do that. When we attacked. I was supposed to attack with disadvantage. Because of the dart. I think. I don't remember.
Well, yeah. Actually, rage would have countered that, I think.
Yeah.
In the initial surprise rage. Don't worry about it. Let's just move on.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a hold of her.
Okay?
So they can't pull her away.
Okay. So that means the attacks against you are going to be made with advantage.
With advantage.
Okay. That makes it Corey's turn.
So I would like to try to stop them by doing possibly a charisma check.
You could try.
Along with waving some hats in the air.
Okay. So we made with disadvantage, though, because you are
Poisoned.
And
Okay.
your equilibrium is thrown off for the 10 turns.
Would you like it to be a specific one of charisma or just regular charisma?
I would think it would be persuasion. Right? But
Persuasion,
you could
okay.
work whichever proficiency in there that you had.
Okay, we'll do persuasion. That's fine
Okay.
with me.
Okay.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
Well, that doesn't work. They
So-
respond in their own turn with throwing ropes at you.
Well,
Less
it would have been a
saves.
6.
Oh,
with
either
my
way,
addition,
not
yeah.
nearly enough.
Yeah.
So they rolled a 21 in their attempt to grapple you. Does that beat your strength?
I would assume so.
They drag you down into the water then.
Okay.
And they're gonna from thence, because you're now considered restrained, they're gonna begin to attack you. You big giant person.
Okay.
They rolled 2 18s plus their 5 for their attack, so 23.
Yep.
And they're doing another different kind of poison damage. So you got to roll your Constitution saving throw.
Bullywugs are jerks.
13.
13 is just enough to avoid the damage from that one. They're going to roll against you again. That one's a natural 20. So we're going to call it functioning. Their attempt is to poison you. You are unconscious.
Okay.
Not dead, but unconscious.
Okay.
Okay. So that was 2 against you. The other one's going to use his turn to further drag you away. And then Cesaria, they're going to attempt to incapacitate you as well. They rolled a 17.
Against my armor class?
Yeah.
It's a good
You
thing we
deflected
know.
it?
No. My armor class is 16. It's a hit.
Oh, okay, it's a hit. Okay, you got to make a Constitution saving throw, and they're trying to incapacitate you with their poisons.
5.
You are incapacitated. She was thrashing. Suddenly she stops moving. Leaky can only fear the worst.
Uh-oh. Oh, no!
The other ones that were trying to restrain her are now going to attack you,
Okay.
and they're all doing this with advantage because you haven't not had time to react yet.
Great.
So the first one was a failure. He makes 2 multi-attacks. That one was a failure. Second one is going to attack you again. That one is a 22. And it does 12 damage on that first roll.
Ouch.
Plus the poison roll.
21.
Man, you are quite resilient to poison. Alright, second one rolled a 21 with 7 damage.
And 17.
All right. Continues to avoid it. What the heck is your constitution?
My saving throw is +8.
Oh, wow.
Alright.
Third one rolled a 16 on its first attack, and it rolled a natural 20 on its second
Ouch.
multi-attack, and that was 7. Only 8, though. It was a 7 and then a 1. So, all right.
24.
Avoiding the poison.
Yep.
All right, the third ones are going to change track, and they're going to give each other, they're going to lend the help action to one another. They're going to attempt to restrain you. First time it failed, and the second time they rolled a 24.
For strength?
They're restraining you in the water, yeah.
Crap.
So they have tossed ropes and nets around you and are attempting to drag you into the reeds and water as well.
Okay.
They overcame you this time.
So that make it my turn?
That does make it your turn, because Cesaria... Actually, can you roll a... not a saving throw, like a stabilization check? That's a basic constitution. You gotta hit a 10. They're holding you under the water. They're not that smart.
14.
Cesaria's not drowning.
Yay!
So, as a side note, one of the things that I have as a character is that I can heal. I can cure 1 poison or disease.
You need to be conscious to do that.
Okay.
You're not immune to poisons yet.
Okay.
So you need to roll I'm sorry, no, it's Leaky. Then it's you. I
My turn.
keep thinking we were going that way, but we're not. We ended up going this way. Okay, so now it's Leaky's turn. You are restrained in the water. You are prone. The water is over your head. Proceed. Still drowning.
I'm going to roll to break out.
Okay.
30-20.
30-20 breaks you out. You're able to like gasp above the surface.
Okay.
Splash, splash, ribbit, ribbit.
Is he still wearing his antler hat?
I don't know.
I would think that would have fallen off as soon as I hit the water.
What happened to all the hats?
Floating on top of the water.
It's a very colorful fight. The hats are floating on the water like ducks. That makes it Corey's turn. I want you to roll a stabilization check.
Is there any additional modifier added to it?
Your constitution bonus.
Oh,
Save.
16.
16. Okay, so you are also not drowning. All right. The bullywugs are going to attempt to restrain you again. And they basically have as many of them as it requires. That one's a 25. So they restrain you and pull you back under the water. They're just piling on you at this point.
Great.
This is a mountain of frog flesh.
Okay.
It's your turn. They've restrained you. They've done what they want to do. They were trying to restrain you.
I'm going to try and break out again.
Okay. You're fighting for your life
It's going to be
right
a
now.
vicious cycle here.
Yeah, kind of.
19.
19 is enough to break the hold. You're barely keeping your head above water, though. They're going to attempt to poison you the way that they did with the other adventurers. So, natural 20.
Constitute.
You.
Oh, they get me.
Yeah, I mean it's a natural 20, so we're gonna say they get you and you start to fade. Do you care to lash out one more time or make any other final plaintive?
Scream.
I have hats.
Splash.
Splash.
Okay, we're gonna end the episode there. I know it's a bit of a cliffhanger, but that's okay. We will be back in 2 weeks with more bullywug weirdness. So I am Travis, I am the DM.
I am Kyle. I play Leaky, Exile of the Golden Terror Clan.
Once again, I say play or R. And I am Jen, and I play Cesaria, the Rogue Cleric.
And I'm Lindsey. I play Corey Gothic Anathi, Worm Crusher.
Alright, if you like it, we hope that you leave us a review or that you give us a rating on iTunes or something, or that you share us on one of your preferred social media so we can entertain other people too, because it's fun. Thank you for listening.
Bye!
The Canon Fodder Diecast is produced and edited by Travis Knight. Intro and outro music is composed by Kevin MacLeod and used within the Creative Commons rights. The Diecast is intended for entertainment purposes only. Follow us on Twitter @CanonFodderPod for more show news, game updates, and character antics. If you enjoyed the show, please go leave us a review. Thank you for listening, and see you next time. Hey, it's Travis here. If you're still listening and you like my DMing, you like my fiction, well, I've got pretty cool news. Apohelion Webzine published my fantasy short story called The Plague Wind this month, March 2018. So if you like my fiction, you can go over there. You can read the short story for free. It's about a monster hunter named Brior hunting a whole new, very darkly fantastic monster that you've never seen before. So go check that out over at Apohelion Webzine. And we will see you in 2 weeks.